Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I know it has been a minute again since I've filmed a video. I always say that in the beginning of every single video. It's just always been a minute since I filmed. It's crazy being a college student. If you are new to my channel, which probably a lot of you are. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Melissa. I thought I would sit down and film a video just about my foundation collection. I do have 8 foundations that I am going to be talking about today. So 2 of them are from higher end brands and then the other 6 are from drugstore brand foundations. So I am going to go ahead and start the video. Go ahead and keep watching. Thanks. Bye. I don't know why I'm saying bye because I'm still filming, but whatever. It's fine. I'll get over it. Everything's fine. All right. So I am going to start off by talking about the drugstore brands that I have. A lot of people kind of throw shade at the drugstore brands of foundation. The value of the foundations are actually pretty bomb. I would use these any day over any higher end foundation. Okay, so I'm going to start off by talking about the foundation that I am wearing right now. So this is the LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. So this is by LA Girl and I picked this one up at Ulta because we just started carrying it. The one thing that I will say about LA Girl and any of their kind of products is that their shade range kind of sucks, but their foundations are amazing and they're definitely worth the price. I think I paid like $7.99 for this at Ulta. So I'm not a full coverage kind of girl. I use full coverage in certain instances. Maybe I'm filming with something, maybe I'm going to a special event, wedding, stuff like that. That's when I would normally find myself using full coverage foundations, but from the day to day I really like using sheer foundations. And the good thing about the LA Girl is that this one is so buildable, it's actually insane. So like what you could do is you could apply layers and you keep applying it until you reach the coverage that you fully want to receive. I just like love this foundation. The only kind of flaw that I have with this foundation is that when I first tried it, if you don't like shake it really well when you're doing it, you're gonna kind of feel like a Krispy Kreme donut, glazed, greasy pig. So the next one I'm going to talk about isn't really a foundation, it's more of a BB cream. This is the Garnier Skin Active BB. It's the 5-in-1 Miracle Skin Perfector. This is the anti-aging one in the shade Medium Deep. This foundation I like to use in the summer because like I mentioned, I do like to use the sheer coverage foundations. In the summer, I don't really wear a lot of foundation, to be like honest with you. I'm wearing kind of more of SPF on my face. I like my face to get tan in the summer, I don't know, and I just feel like wearing foundation in like the heat of the summer, it's just like it's not a comfortable feeling for me. It's just kind of my preference. So if I do have to wear foundation, like if I'm going to like a concert or I'm going somewhere cool or something like that and I want to wear foundation, I don't wear foundation, I wear BB cream. It does have SPF in it. So this kind of multiplies as my sunblock / my kind of coverage of the day. I did talk about this specific BB cream in another video where I used my summer kind of foundation routine, and I will link that down below and you could kind of watch a little bit more of how I apply it. So the next foundation is by L'Oreal. So this foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. It's the 24-hour wear, and I'm sure you've heard amazing things about the Infallible line. The good thing about L'Oreal is that they'll create kind of foundations that's like one is Pro Matte and then one is Pro Glow. So they'll kind of always have 2 different options. So if you have dry skin or if you have kind of oily skin, but their Infallible line is probably the most amazing thing I've ever come across on the drugstore side. I'm not kidding you. The Pro Glow Infallible is kind of a little bit more of a medium to sheer coverage. So the shade range in this is huge, by the way, too. So it's always fun to know that brands are kind of implementing a huge shade range. The Infallible Pro Glow is a really hydrating one. I kind of use this, I don't know, I kind of use these all for different reasons. Sometimes I'm feeling like I want to be a bit more sheer coverage. Sometimes I'm feeling like I want a little more full coverage. This would definitely be the kind of day where I'm feeling just kind of a light medium coverage, nothing that's going to kind of block everything and nothing that's going to come off or look like my real skin. The next one that I'm going to talk about is the Infallible Total Cover by L'Oreal. This one is different from this one just because it is the Infallible line, but this one is Total Cover because it is a full coverage and weightless feel on your face. I will say the one thing that bothers me about this foundation is that kind of throughout the day, I feel it separating on my skin. It's a very natural finish to your skin. It's not going to be too radiant. It's not going to be too mattifying, but it is a natural kind of finish. It also, it's like I said, it's really weightless. You barely feel anything on your your face. And it's really full coverage, and they say it lasts 24 hours. I say it kind of gives you like an 8-hour maximum wear, but especially if you're wearing it in the summer, as long as you're pairing it with a primer, I'm sure that it would last a little bit longer. This foundation is really good to have if you kind of want more full coverage, but you don't want to feel like anything is kind of like stuck on your face. You really don't feel the foundation there at all. But like I said, it does separate through the end of the day, so your skin kind of looks a little wacky, and it's just a little annoying. The next foundation that I am going to talk about is actually kind of an oldie but a goodie. This is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation by Maybelline. So I'm sure you hear amazing things about this foundation. I used to wear this foundation all the time actually, and it was like my go-to foundation. One thing that bothers me about this foundation is that it doesn't have a pump or kind of really anything to squeeze out of. I don't know why it bothers me, but it's just kind of like it gets everywhere when you're putting it on. So that's the one flaw I would have to say about the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. The Matte and Poreless one is a really full coverage foundation. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, don't throw shade at drugstore. It's a really full coverage foundation, and it's going to last all day long, especially if you're pairing it with a primer that's going to help your skin. It's going to help the foundation stay on longer, and especially if you're setting it with powder. But the Matte and Poreless is for, I say it's for normal to oily skin. If you have dry skin, it's not going to dry your skin out at all. But this is definitely one of my favorite foundations from Maybelline. So the next foundation that I'm going to talk about is by Maybelline as well. This is it's kind of a newer foundation. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Wear Foundation. This foundation super full coverage. So this foundation actually does last a little bit longer. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm like walking to class. I just purchased this foundation a couple of days ago, and I've been kind of trying it out throughout the week to see how I like it and to see kind of the feel of it. It's definitely going to kind of make your skin smoother, I guess, is what I'm finding. But I guess a lot of full coverage foundations are kind of similar to that. The only thing that I don't like about this foundation is that at the end of the day, my face feels so cakey. So like after 8 hours of wear, your face just no longer feels good about itself. It's just kind of like there's like globs of like, you feel globs of foundation on your face, and I cannot wait to like take it off by the end of the day. But for the most part, if you're going to like an event or prom or something like that, this is a really good foundation for full coverage wear. I like that it has a pump too. I like foundations that have pumps just because I feel like it's easier to apply them with. But this is the Superstay. Like I said, I've barely started using this one, so there's not really much to say about it. So that's all I have for drugstore foundation. The next two foundations that I'm going to talk about are both from the higher end of cosmetics, and I'm pretty sure I've used these both on camera before. I'm not really sure if I have or haven't. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Tarte Hybrid Gel Foundation. Like the other drugstore foundations, it's kind of like a medium to full coverage. It's definitely a buildable foundation. I did wear this when I went to the military ball or the Marine Corps ball, and it was a really full coverage foundation. It stayed on all night. It made my skin look beautiful. It like smoothed my skin out so amazingly, and I guess that's the one reason why I will always kind of go back to this foundation. I don't know if they're discontinuing this foundation or not. I know Tarte hasn't had it in stock for quite a while at Ulta, so I'm wondering if they kind of are discontinuing it, because I know they just came out with their brand new Tarte Shape Tape foundations, and one of them is hydrating, one of them is the mattifying one, and a lot of people are saying that the hydrating foundation is really similar to this one. Haven't had the chance to try it out yet, still kind of waiting for the right time to try out that foundation. It's not going to dry out your skin just because it is very hydrating, and it kind of makes your skin look really natural in a really good way. The one thing I will say about this foundation is, because I like a pump, this packaging is just like, it's horrible. Like there's like this white film that you have to take off to kind of get to the foundation, and I just feel like that's the only thing that I dislike about this foundation. But for the most part, this foundation is bomb. The next foundation that I'm going to talk about is a Stila foundation. It's a stick foundation. This is the first stick foundation that I've ever owned in my entire life, because I don't know why. There's just something kind of unsanitary about a stick foundation to me. I don't know if it's because you're kind of putting it on your skin and then you're going back at it, and it's just, stick foundations kind of creep me out. But this one is a really good foundation just because it's a really natural, like I said, I'm really into having very natural skin when it comes to wearing foundation. And I know a lot of people are like, you're not going to have natural skin foundation when you're wearing foundation because you're applying stuff to cover up your skin, which I get that. But this one is very natural wearing foundation, especially if you're pairing it with the Stila One Step Illuminating Primer, because I do have dry skin. I like to emphasize that all the time. And another added bonus to this foundation is this little secret in the lid here. So this lid, there's a concealer in the top of the lid. So this is the, hold on, this is the Stay All Day Cover Stick by Stila. I don't think I said the name of the foundation, but because it has that concealer blotch, I like to use this to kind of cover up problem areas on my skin before I go in and apply the foundation, and everything just kind of matches cohesively, and I really appreciate that about this foundation. That would be my last favorite high-end brand of foundation. That is my foundation collection that I have here and that I use every single day. I don't use every single foundation every single day, but I do find myself grabbing for these foundations for different instances. So that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed having a little bit of a makeup talk with me. I hope I could get on and film again soon. Like I said, my life has been really stressful lately. School is just kind of wrapping up here, the last couple of weeks of finals weeks and stuff like that, so it's gonna be really stressful. I thought I would kind of sit back, lay low for like 10 minutes of my day and just kind of have makeup talk with the world, just because it's probably my favorite thing to do in the entire world. Yeah, that's all I have for the video, and if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and then subscribe to my channel, please. And then everything that was mentioned in the video will be linked down below in the description box, as well as all of my social media accounts and everything like that. Go ahead and follow me, subscribe, like, share, comment, subscribe, as I say all the time, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!